Afternoon guys, how are we? So today is day 35 on trying to hit the big 21-inch arms. It's been a rest day today, but I thought I'd quickly do a little video talking about how to get bigger naturally, not being assisted. And I know there's many of you out there who obviously want to try and gain as much muscle as possible, maybe try and put a little bit of size, and they don't want to go down the assisted road. So it's how do you do it, what do you do? And the grand scheme of things, there's not a lot of difference. Now, all we need to just focus on is making sure you've got the right protein intake, getting a good amount of carbohydrates in, good quality fats, and making sure we're working really hard in the gym. Now, we do also have to be a little bit sensible and think, how big realistically can you get? So I'm a little bit blessed because I am on a slightly taller side. I'm over 6 foot, almost 6'2". So naturally, things like limbs are a little bit longer. So I can potentially pack on a little bit more of that size compared to someone who's, let's say, 5'6". Now, without also trying to just get humongous and eat lots of McDonald's every day. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be eating lots of clean food, and we want to be obviously training really hard. So with the food side, making sure, like I said, of getting all your macros in, but it's looking at increasing your calories to a point where your weight is gradually going up. So for example, let's just say you're having 2,000 calories a day and your scales are staying the same, up it to, let's say, 2,300 calories. And over the course of the month, did you add a pound? If so, that's great. And it's also looking at the speed of your adding and also, how old you are. So for example, let's just say you're a 22-year-old lad who is, 5'8", and you let's say you weigh 75 kilos. So realistically, you've got to think, well, am I ever going to be 100-kilogram guy? You might be, but you're going to have to just put a lot of food in you, and realistically, you might get a little bit chunky to get that type of weight. So you've got to be thinking realistically, am I going to get there? Or is more, let's say, an 85 kilogram mark a better way of looking at it? So then that's 10 kilos. And then if you're adding, let's say, 1 pound a month, you're talking about, probably a good 4 to 5 kilograms a year. You add that over 2, even 3 years, you're easily there. But it's going to take that sort of time. It's going to take 2, 3, 4 years. It's very hard to get that huge transformation in your 3 to 6 months, especially if you don't want to just become a big round blob. And that's something we never want to do. So we've got to increase the calories, but to a point where your digestive system, your stomach is okay with it. You're adding a little bit of weight to the scales each month, and all your weights are going up. And that is basically the magic formula. And you've got to be a little bit happy with maybe looking a little bit fluffy, and that's absolutely fine. But one thing I'd recommend is doing it for longer than you have been. And I know this is a tough window to do. This is a really hard thing to do, because we look at friends who are lean and we go, oh, I want to look like that. I want to look really good. I want to look really good on the beach, lean. Okay. But also you want to be really strong. And okay, you're going to go through winter beefing up. Okay, great. Your problem is, what I would recommend, and it's going to be hard, is you beef up for an entire year. Don't worry about the abs. Do 1 year bulk. Do an entire year of a 500 calorie surplus, increasing your weight, focusing on the weights, focusing on everything going up for an entire year. Don't drop down. And this is something I made a mistake with through my 20s, especially competing as a natural bodybuilder. was you would do a, let's say, a 6-month diet, a 6-month weight gain phase, a 6-month diet phase. And you sort of just did this. And the only issue with that is it doesn't give you enough time to really bulk on a serious amount of muscle, especially when we're not using any, obviously, other ingredients to help the muscles recover faster, to help the muscles grow. We are just purely using food, a little bit of supplementation, creatine, protein, aminos, and good exercise. So you've just got to sort of take things longer. You've got to have a little bit more recovery. You've got to also just focus on making sure that you're going to have one goal. So it could be, I'm just going to get big. I'm going to focus on my bench, my deadlift, my press, for example, work on some compounds, get that raw natural strength in you, increase that over a longer period of time. Like I said, go for a good year. And it's hard. It's going to be hard going through summer feeling a little bit fluffy. But that's fine, because you're only going to do it for 1 year. And then let's say, like I said, if you're a 22-year-old lad, 1 year, 23, 24, get lean. You can still be in great shape a little bit longer, but it might just be another year. That's what I'd recommend. If you're a younger lad trying to get bigger, go for a longer period of time in your fluffy season, your bulky season. Do it. It will massively help. Don't worry too much about being super lean. If you're slightly older, like my age, so you're talking 35 years old, around that, heading towards 40. Now, it depends on where you're at. It depends on if you are a naturally lean guy, if you're tall, if you're short, things like this. What I'd recommend is you can't get away with having Ben and Jerry's all the time and McDonald's. We've got to think, we still want to keep it a little bit leaner. Don't mind getting a bit too fluffy. That's fine. And again, I'm going to get fluffy too. Over the next 6 months, my body fat will go up. It's probably going to hit in the 20s, and I'm happy with that. Really, really happy. Even if it hits 25%, not fussed. If my abs go again, I'm okay with it, because this is a whole year journey. I'm going through the long game, the long haul. I'm focusing on my weights, and this is obviously what I've said in previous videos. It's the weights for me and the size I'm going for. But we've got to get this in clean food. So think, lots of bananas, lots of white potato, lots of, have a little bit of pasta, lots of variety of meats, your salmon, your chicken, your red meat, your eggs. Include lots of variety. Now, in the ideal world, you want to be doing that in your 20s as well. You really do. Realistically, there's not a lot of difference. All I'm just saying is, we might not be able to get away with it. You might not be able to get away with it. It depends on how your metabolism is, how much cardio you're doing. If you want to keep it a little bit lean and also trying to get that big bulkiness to you, again, those sort of fast foody type meals might be a little bit of a struggle. You might have a little bit less than what you're used to. It is a little bit tricky to solve this question, because every single person is different compared to your height, how tall you are, how much exercise you do. I'm just saying as a ballpark figure. In the grand scheme of things, if you just purely want to focus on size and strength, go for the bulk for a longer period of time. That's from my preference. That's from my mistake in the past. That's from what I've learned. Go for fluffy body for a longer period of time. Focus on getting strong for an entire year or even 2 years, and then get leaner. Don't worry about getting lean bulk. Because personally, I think if you're strength orientated, if you're going for that size, it will slow down your progress. If you want to be lean throughout the year, that's absolutely fine. That's wicked. Go for it. Put in an hour of cardio every single day. Eat really, really clean and be lean. That's absolutely fine. But what I'm just saying is, if you want to focus on putting on that muscle, especially if you're obviously not assisted, go be fluffy for a little bit longer. That's what I would say. So on just a really quick short video, I thought that was just a little tip I thought I'd give out, because that's what I'm doing right now. Being a little bit fluffy for an entire year, enjoying it. Something new, something different. If you've been a lean guy in your life, be fluffy for a little bit. If you've been on that slightly smaller side, you want to experience being bigger, go for it again. It's about enjoying the process, having fun with it, doing something a little bit different, and just enjoying the road, enjoying join that journey. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I hope this has been a little bit helpful. Tomorrow is training day. We're going to be focusing on back because triceps are still quite sore from arm day. Biceps have recovered a little bit quicker and the forearms have, which is good, but triceps are sore. And I always find when I'm benching, if my triceps are sore, my chest just doesn't hit it. My triceps just overtake it too much because they're too sore. So I'll be back tomorrow and then be chest after that. So that'll be fun, new excitement. And also we've got a new toy, which I'm going to be using over the next few days. Might not be tomorrow. I've got a good funky gimbal, so the video quality will be a little bit better over time. It should be less on the floor or on the ceiling or randomly placed. We should have a little bit more movement, a little bit more flow, and a little bit more fun with it to hopefully visually get the videos a little bit better. And that's what we're trying to do. Improve each video at a time, improve each workout 1 rep at a time, 1 kilo at a time. And that's all we're doing. So enjoy your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for some back.